From the outside, I looked like a girl that had everything. But inside, I lived with so much fear and mistrust. And in my early 40s, I started to struggle with severe sleeplessness, anxiety, and depression. And so I sought the help of prescription drugs. It wasn't long before that became an addiction that began to overtake my life. And then I began drinking. I started to isolate from families and friends. I started to lose the things that I held dear. My marriage, my family, my career, my home. And I found myself in a desperate place. I wanted out. I wanted to find healing. And I scrambled for every program I could find. I needed a long-term Christ-centered program. It took being on a hospital bed after an overdose for me finally to come to that desperate place and say, Lord, I want to know who I am. I want to know who you say I am. And I found that at the Rockford Rescue Mission. I discovered there that it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, what your parents did for a living, whether you had parents at all. At the core, we all have the same need, and that is the need for a Savior. I've seen a change in the lives of my children and seeing their mother find healing. It extends to generations, to their daughters and their daughters. What began in my heart in giving my life to Christ and finding healing and wholeness and embracing the truths of who God is and my worth as a woman will extend to generations to come. My son would often call at night and pray with me, and he said to me one night, Mom, I think God allowed you to lose everything you had so you'd find out that He is all you need. And I have found that to be true. For me, I've found such great freedom in not having to pretend to be something I'm not anyway, or who I think the world wants me to be. That is a false belief that I held on to until it made me sick. My secrets made me sick. It was a cancer of my heart. I am so thankful to each and every person who gives their time and resources to the Rockford Rescue Mission. I am a life that has changed. My children's lives are changed. We won't know until we meet Jesus face to face the scope of your gifts to the Rockford Rescue Mission and what God can do with whatever we have, whether it's a large gift, whether it's your time, whatever your resources. It'll be exciting when we get to heaven and see just what God has done with each sacrifice that is made. And I just want to thank the Rockford Rescue Mission for opening their doors to me and giving me an opportunity to save my life, to change my life. And I'm excited about what God has for my life. I know I will spend each day that God has given me left in this life to praise His name.